Welcome party members to some more Wuthering Waves content you've been craving. And today I'm here to answer the age-old question, how long can you go without using the Convene feature? I know in my last review video I made it out to seem like this weird social feature, but I lied to you party members. It is actually the gacha feature of this game, where you go in, you spend your in-game currency, and you get weapons and characters to play with in the game itself. Originally, I didn't use the mechanic as kind of a meme for that review video, but yeah, then I kind of realized that the game actually wasn't too bad and stuck with it. So I kind of made a little bit of a restriction on my account here where I wouldn't use any gacha whatsoever, whether it's the guaranteed pull that you got, any of the free pulls, paid pulls, weapon banners, and I even included any of the weapon or echo crates that you get where you get to choose the weapon that you want. Pretty much played this game as vanilla as possible, just using our main 3 characters and the weapons that you can get or craft in the environment. So yeah, for the most part, I wound up being stuck with only using the Guardian, Training, and Tiro weapons for most of the game. After a while, you do get access to a few special weapons that you can craft with some hit names like Sword number 18 and Gauntlets number 21D. You know, the hit weapons that just roll off the tongue. But those specialty weapons do require quite a bit of materials to craft, so I haven't really touched them at all, because I don't want to sink that many resources into a weapon that I might not even use in the future. And then moving on to characters, there are 2 that you can get by just playing the game itself. The first is Sanhua, who is a login reward, and the other is Yuan Wu, who is part of the Tower of Adversity. And while you can get these 2 characters outside of the gacha mechanic itself, I didn't use them just because I'm not sure if they will be around forever, as the Tower of Adversity is going away in less than 24 hours, and I didn't check if Sanhua's login reward is indefinite or if that does have a specific end date to it. But I did mess around with them a little bit, and they are a ton of fun, and definitely assist with some of the other endgame stuff that I will talk about later. Moving on to the story itself, going through the story of this game was a breeze, as most of the time they would give you companions that would assist you through the story, essentially giving you a 4th party member slot through some portions of the campaign. A lot of the times, most of the bosses were at your level or maybe slightly above, but they weren't especially difficult. I think, honestly, for me, the only tough area in the game is the Sea of Flames due to the damage over time that you take, since while doing this challenge, you don't have a healer to negate any of that damage. But once you defeat the Inferno Rider, that area no longer has that damage over time effect, and yeah, it becomes a lot easier to manage. And much like with the story, most of the limited time events like the Illusory Realm or the Alloy Smelt are very doable, because the game will give you trial resonators to play with that are usually a high enough level to complete any challenge that they offer. And if at any point you've done the resonator trials where you get to test out the character before you try and roll for it, and usually you have enough understanding of that resonator to complete these challenges with ease. And as for endgame content, defeating holograms is really difficult, but at least for me that comes down to both a skill issue as well as a level issue, and the same goes for the Tower of Adversity. And at least as of right now, my team is level 60 while completing these challenges, so I know with enough grinding I could defeat these challenges if I do want to level my team up to 70 or 80, but I know it's just an excuse, but I don't play this game as much as other content creators like Tectone or Hexjuice, so at least for now I am content with my level 60 team, and I do understand the limitations that is going to give me. Another downside with the endgame content is the Tower of Adversity, because eventually you do run out of energy charges and you can't use your team anymore. And while it is possible to defeat each floor with a team of 1 or 2 characters, it does loop back to that leveling issue of my team only being level 60. So yeah, if I grind enough, I bet I can beat it, but at least for now, that is the limitation for me. But I mean, yeah, that's honestly it. The game is highly playable without using the Convene feature, and if anything, it plays a lot closer to a standard action RPG if you don't use it, because the game makes you rely more on crafting weapons than just rolling for them. And while using just the standard Guardian or Tiro weapons is fine, I do kind of wish that some of the bosses or enemies would drop specialty weapons for defeating them. Even if it only had something minuscule like a 1 to 5% chance, it would make grinding Overlord class echoes a little bit more interesting, because then you might get something special out of it other than just the crafting materials or the boss's echo. But I do understand why Kuro Games might not want to do this, because it could make the weapon banner obsolete, so that would be kind of a trade-off unless they made the 5-star weapon in the banner just that much better than anything you could get from enemies or echoes in the overworld. But other than that, at this point in time, the main restriction to playing without convening is not having complete reign to do whatever you want in the Tower of Adversity. For right now, the game hasn't been power crept to a point that you need to have the new newest, latest, and greatest resonator to defeat challenges, but who knows, maybe in the future once we're in like 1.4, 1.5, 2.0, whatever, that might not exactly be the case. But looking forward, I know at least for me, I'll be having a separate team on my party to maybe continue this experiment in the future when like 1.1, 1.2, 2.0 is released. But I think after this video, I'll likely start using the Convene feature, and who knows, maybe I'll even put up a poll video just for the hell of it. But let me know what you think of this experiment down below. If you think I'm an idiot for even doing it, I'm not even playing the game correctly, as some people might say, but I don't know, it's been fun, I had fun doing it. But thank you so much for coming out today, party members, and thank you to all the new ones that have been joining us on this adventure. My name is Haven, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.